anymore.
See, they ain't gonna have to go through any suffering. Okay, and they're gonna have the knowledge. So that's the beautiful future of the elect of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's the beautiful future. Ain't no more pain, ain't no more suffering. And you're gonna have the full knowledge. Okay? That's what they're letting you know. Go ahead.
Neither shall the sunlight on them, nor any heat.
No more suffering. Go ahead.
Verse 17. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them into living foundations of waters. And the Most High Power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
No pain. No more suffering. See? Go ahead.
That was going on to chapter 8.
Nah, so we're going back to what? Amos, right? Start at verse 8.
Alright, this is Amos.
Alright. Go ahead, bro.
Alright, this is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith YAHAWAH SHAM YAHAWASHI.
So, reading Revelation chapter 7, a remnant gonna get out. Gonna make it out. And then also reading that verse, it said, I will destroy the sinful kingdom from off of the face of the earth. Now I got something to show y'all, this clip. Okay? This is part of YAHAWASHI. Well, when he completely destroyed, that's thermonuclear destruction. But what's going on right now is, which a lot of brothers mention it, about the ships, which I mentioned it, about the ships that's on the California, they on the East Coast, and they're starting to pile up on in the Panama Canal, okay? But I'm finna show you something here. Check this out.
Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're having a great day. I'm back with
Lord willing, you can see this video. I'm gonna try to make it to where you can see it. Lord willing.
Of things to tell you about. We're gonna start with some issues that truck drivers are having. Some of them are deciding to possibly just throw in the towel and give up because of the roadblocks that they're finding, leading to less and less money each day they're making. And then we're going to talk to Sage about his two most recent interviews, interviewing people from port on either side of America. Sage, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for having me on again. So,
yeah, man. And again, give everybody the name of your YouTube channel so that they know where to come find all this great news you're putting out.
Yeah, just check me out at Sage News on YouTube. I normally comment in there too, so you can actually click on my name in the comment section, but it's just Sage News. And I'm a freight broker. I've been in logistics for over 20 years, and I break everything down. Either I'm doing freight news or I'm doing world news or logistics review.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Let all this go by. You know, when you try to watch a video, that drowns it out.
What you want to talk about today was this, the issue with the truck drivers that are wanting to throw in the towel. You were talking about it, I thought it was fascinating. Jump right in.
Yeah, basically what's happening, and people don't realize, is that although there's all these tankers container ships are sitting outside the ports and stuff, those have approximately 5,000 cans on them. We call them cans, which are containers. But the issue is that 500,000 that are out there, well, there's also 500,000 have to go on those boats, right? So a lot of the thing that's happening is a lot of my shippers that I've been talking to have been calling me and saying, hey, every time we call like the rail yard and things like that, we normally shipped out like 3 containers a week or 4 containers a week, right? Well, or 4 containers a day of freight that they would put on a truck, and then the truck would take it to the rail. Well, the problem is that because we're so backed up and they can't get the rail cars unloaded, they're only shipping out maybe 1 container a week instead of 3 containers a day. And the drivers that are hauling these trips, they can't afford to do 1 container a week. So a lot of these drivers, and the reason they can't, there's no room to put them on the rail because there's no room to take them off the rail and put them on the boats that haven't come in yet. So it's not just a backup at the port, but now it's becoming a backup at getting containers from our shippers, which, you know, to the rail and then to the ships. And a lot of these drivers are just going to say, you know what, yeah, I'm going to throw in the towel here, and I can't, you know, there's no need for me to be driving this truck and not making any money. I'll find work elsewhere. And we're going to be losing drivers just to that alone.
Wow, it really is something to think about. You know, we think, you know, like, oh, there's plenty of work for truckers, but is it the right kind of work? Is it making them enough money to not only maintain their vehicle, but actually be able to put bread and food on the table?
Right. And that's something that people don't think about is those containers getting from the shipper to the boat. If that boat's not there to receive that, that driver's going to sit there. He can't haul that freight. And at that point, either he finds another job or he moves out of the drainage industry and just does regular freight, or he leaves altogether.
So that's good to know. So let's jump right into the 2 interviews you've done. I know you already posted one of them, so I'd like you to talk about both of those when you interviewed a couple of gentlemen that actually work at the ports.
Yeah, so what I did was I had an interview with somebody from the East Coast out of Savannah, and then I interviewed somebody that works at the port in Long Beach, Los Angeles. And the one in Savannah, because they're starting to get backed up, and so I kind of asked him, but what's happening is container ships, they need to be unloaded and reloaded quickly. That's how they make money. They don't make money sitting around, or they charge fees for that, so, you know, for that, just waiting. So a lot of times what they're doing now is they're bypassing that port and they're coming around and they're building up in Savannah. So now Savannah's getting a little bit of a backup. But Savannah they work 24 hours and they're able to get some of these ships, you know, in and out a little bit quicker. They can't do the mega ships, but what he is noticing is nothing's going back. Basically just empty cans are going back, empty containers. Just as fast as they can get them off, they throw empty containers back on to get that boat out of there. So the shippers don't want to wait for, they don't want to wait for the shippers to get them that can. They're just to load me up, but we got to go. Load me up, we got to go. So that kind of plays a role in that we're not shipping anything out. So we have some of our people that aren't going to get that.
So you make a really good point. First off, Savannah's 24 hours, whereas Long Beach is not, correct?
Correct.
All right. I've also heard stories that some of these shipping companies are now rerouting some of the ships that have been idle, like right behind me right now. This is just a picture of Long Beach with all the ships hanging out. They're rerouting them right now to the East Coast. Have you heard about that?
Correct. And even the Panama Canal, I've actually done that on my website where I'll show the Panama Canal. There's actually a buildup on both sides of the Panama Canal trying to get these ships through the Panama Canal. So now we have a buildup at the Panama Canal to try to get these ships through to get them over to the East Coast.
Well, the good news is China's already building
yeah, you're talking about China building the canal too. So I want y'all to see that, man. I want y'all to, let me show y'all what it said, because I know Jake be like, man, where you see that? You know what I'm saying? If I don't put it up, they get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm holding back. So that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, you can see it. But China building a canal like a Panama, man. And the ships start to back up at the Panama Canal, man. It's on the East Coast, it's on the West Coast, and it's on the Panama Canal. So the Most High destroying this place, you know, with the goodies. Not being able to get the goodies, man. It's gonna be a famine, man. We keep telling y'all people, y'all just don't believe, man. We telling you, man. And you nigga Latinos and Native Americans out there, us men starting with the elders, apostle, GMS on down, we are not like you people, okay? We understand life, okay? We understand life. We in YAHAWASHI. We understand it. YAHAWASHI is in us. We understand that you people don't understand life, right? You don't understand life, so we're not the same. We're different from you people. And you people don't believe in these scriptures, even though we show you the evidence. You don't believe. So you're gonna have to suffer the same fate as Esau, Edom. So what I want the brother to do is hold what you, read that again, Amos chapter 9, verse 8.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahawah, Hashem Yahushua.
So what I want you to do is hold that, bro, and give me Revelation 18, and you can start at let me see, Revelation chapter 18. You can start at start at 8, and we're gonna read all the way down to 15.
All right.
Right?
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. This is Revelation, chapter 18, verse 8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Let's talk about Babylon the Great, which is America. Go ahead.
For strong is the Lord power who judges her."
Go ahead.
Judges her. It says, verse 9, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning."
Go ahead.
Verse 10, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come."
So the Most High gonna wipe this place out in 1 hour with thermonuclear destruction. Go ahead.
It says, "And the
Merchants.
merchants of the earth
So
shall..."
now, like he was saying on that video, in the background of him, you seen all them ships sitting off the coast of the west coast in the water. All them kings that make a living off trading in America, they gonna be weeping because they not gonna be able to get rich no more off of America. Okay? See, America is a consuming nation. It consumes everything that these other countries build. And you see at the ports, Panama Canal they mentioned off the coast of Los Angeles, and they mentioned off the East Coast. And I want to say they're in the Carolinas too. Okay, the ships in the Carolinas too, I want to say. But you can see anybody that makes their living off trading goods on the other side of the water, they're going to be weeping for Babylon the Great because they're not going to be able to make no more money. So as you see them merchant ships out there, that shows you that this is Babylon the Great, according to prophecy, man. Go ahead.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 11. "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no more, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore."
Because America gonna be burnt. They're not gonna be able to get money no more like they used to. Go ahead.
It says verse 12, "The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones,
Go ahead.
and of pearls and fine linen, and purple," it says, "and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood."
See, so what it is those things right there generate wealth when you trade. So America, being a consuming nation, and the Israelites are over here, America have made them people, them kings wealthy. That make their living by trade and ships. They have made them wealthy. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "And all manner," "and all manner vessel of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble." Verse 13.
Like I said, those things, when you trade, you become wealthy. Go ahead.
This is, verse 13. And cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and frankincense,
Go ahead.
and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots. So like, come.
Okay.
And chariots, and slaves.
See, and slaves. And what slaves is that? The Israelites. See, they was trading Israelites over here. Okay? They looked at the Israelites as merchandise. That's how they got rich. Go ahead.
And souls of men.
That's why Esau wanted to chip you, man. Because while you were being traded over here, and in the land of Esau, and he look at you as a possession, right? So he's after your soul, which that will be complete if you receive that chip. See? Go ahead.
So verse 14. And the fruits that they, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
It's a wrap. Gonna be wiped out. Go ahead.
Verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing.
Go ahead. Read a little bit louder, bro. Go ahead.
So I'll read it again. This is verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment.
You see those ships in the sea, man. Ready to sell their goodies to America. It's gonna come to a point where the Most High gonna destroy this place and they're not gonna be able to sell their goodies, man. This is Babylon the Great. But you people don't believe it. What the Bible say. The Bible is true. You people just don't believe it. Go ahead.
It says weeping and wailing. Verse 16. And saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls?
Yep.
And pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Right,
And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off.
go ahead.
Verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
Go ahead.
And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing,
Go ahead.
saying, at last, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costly.
Yeah. All right, what it is that costly is dealing with wealth, the riches. Right, go ahead.
For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets.
See that? Go ahead.
For the Most High Power has avenged you on her.
That's the future of America, man. To be destroyed, man. Go ahead.
It's verse 21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone.
That's a nuke. Those are nukes. Go ahead.
And cast it into the sea.
So same way you take a big rock and cast it with all your might. With all your might, all you got. You've been lifting weights too. You can bench press 400 pounds. With all your might. You take a rock, cast it into the sea with all your might. That's the way the angel is going to allow these nukes, the spirit of YAHAWASHI, to hit America. It's going to be violence, man. With speed, force, power, and violence, man. That's the way them nukes is going to hit America. Same way you can cast that rock into the sea, and then when you cast a rock into the sea, that rock goes down into that sea and it don't rise back up.
Right.
So when the angels hit America through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, they ain't gonna see nothing but smoke, man. This place ain't gonna rise never again, man. Never. Go ahead.
Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
See that?